Galnet News Digest, 5th of May 3308. We read the news, so you don't have to. In this week's news, Professor Palin wants meta-alloys. Zachary Rackham has no intention of becoming president. Sirius makes a very small contribution to humanitarian aid and Didio, and we ask Canonn Research why Mission Farsight is finding Thargoid sensors at the far side of the galaxy. Potty Professor Palin wants meta-alloys, and he's willing to pay top dollar and hand out some unique cargo racks that he says might come in handy in just a few weeks' time. With Aegis Research no longer functioning, Professor Palin, who's been based in Ark for several years, following a Thargoid attack on his base in the Pleiades, has launched an initiative to study the biomechanical nature of Thargoid ships to allow the development of improved weaponry and defensive systems to combat the aliens. Palin's initial intention was to collect Thargoid tissue samples, but he's revised this plan. Thargoid ships are made using meta-alloys, and in the first phase of his study, Palin intends to focus on research into this raw material. Thargoid barnacle sites in a number of regions, if not already stripped by those seeking to make a quick profit, yield meta-alloys as a green fruit that has almost miraculous equipment healing properties. Pilots are requested to gather as many meta-alloys as they can and deliver them to James Snedden in the Morton Mart system. Those who sign up to the initiative may also earn Class 4A, 5A and 6A corrosion-resistant cargo racks, the larger of which are not currently available by any other means, and which Palin suggests will be needed for the second phase of his research. This rather strongly suggests that Palin is likely to ask for Thargoid sensors, probes and links, or some other similarly toxic materials. Those commanders who collected Thargoid tissue samples in anticipation of Professor Palin asking for them will be pleased to hear that they can sell those samples at James Snedden for an enhanced price.
Entrepreneur Zachary Rackham says he has no interest in becoming president, but he's planning to add a major starport manufacturer to his business portfolio. Speaking to Sol Today, Rackham explained his adopted home system of Beta Hydri has benefited from huge inward investment from Rackham Capital Investments, Rackham's Spire, Rackham's Rooms, Lake Rackham and MacArthur Mining have all become grist for Rackham's largesse. And the rumours are that cavernous space frames may be the next subject of a Rackham investment. Rackham explained how he is now running the government of Beta Hydri and how he has dramatically increased efficiency through a process that he describes as streamlining. Rackham appeared flattered by journalist Brianna Blanco's suggestion that he was once a pirate, describing the notion as fanciful, and dismissed the alleged popular clamour for him to stand as an independent candidate for the federal presidency, saying that he couldn't imagine that the people of the Federation could be looking for something different from President Hudson or Shadow President Winter's no doubt impressive credentials. Rackham explained that he was an ordinary guy, a man of the people. The presidency is not for him. No siree, not a bit of it.
The Sirius Corporation has made a small contribution towards providing resettlement, food and shelter to Alliance citizens displaced by Thargoid attacks in the Didio system. Sirius Navy Admiral Nicholas Glass praised the Sirius Corporation for its dedication to supporting the Alliance following the entirely unavoidable attack by Thargoids. He stressed once again that Sirius is not permitted to demonstrate its anti-Xeno capability during the trial period of its anti-Xeno pact with the Alliance. The Alliance, like the Federation and the Empire, are fighting off Thargoids in 3 core systems, Didio, Sosong and Novas, and are paying pilots handsomely for helping out if they sign up. 2 other systems, HIP 38225 and Paukuman, are also still under Thargoid incursion. The fires have been put out in Janibekov Station and Laumer Orbital, but Isherwood Station in Novas has now been attacked and needs assistance with rescue and evacuation of the stricken starport. Salvation's anti-Thargoid weapons are expected to clear Didio, Sosong and Novas of Thargoids, when they're ready to be fired on Thursday, the 12th of May.
On the 5th of May 3308, Commander Picard of Mission Farsight reported the discovery of broken Thargoid sensors out in Riker's Hope, beyond Sagittarius A star and more than 25,000 light-years from locations where Thargoids had been seen in the past. Mission Farsight is in the 7th year of its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before, and to ensure that no one in red shirts are left alive at the end of each episode. Galnet News Digest caught up with LCU, no fool like one, of the Canonn Interstellar Research Group to see if they could shed some light on what the Thargoids could be up to so far from the Pleiades Nebula. What does Canonn make of this?
Well, to be fair, this is old news. Pretty much what I'd expect from Galnet News Digest. We've been monitoring the situation for a year now. Thargoid sensors have been found in many regions of the galaxy. In June 3307, we upgraded our monitoring software to record when these sensors are detected and report back the details to our central database.
All over the galaxy?
Yes, well, 27 regions out of 42 to be precise, but we suspect that they will eventually be found in every region. What we do know is that they're always found in a system containing a gas giant with ammonia-based life. After scanning the local bodies, you may see non-human signature on your navigation panel, marking out the locations on the surface. Our commanders have been collecting the data and samples and sending them back to us for analysis.
What kind of analysis?
Well, we collate the data about the composition of the system and the body to see if there's anything in common to help us predict where to look next. This is how we know they seem to be interested in systems containing gas giants with ammonia-based life.
That's very useful information. If more commanders knew about this, they could help find them in more regions.
Yes, of course.
But you sat on it for a whole year without telling anyone.
Nonsense, I posted it on my Glitter feed and you can find it on our Bioforge site.
Oh yes. How many followers do you have? 3? What other analysis have you done?
We have distributed hundreds of samples to every department in our organisation for detailed studies. Our labs have bombarded them with high-powered tachyon lasers and done detailed studies on how they react to fire, explosives, and for some reason multi-cannon rounds with experimental effect.
Is that Lab 79?
Yes.
They just like blowing things up, don't they?
Well, yes, but they've reported that they're very satisfying.
Is that it?
It's not just them. All our departments have been experimenting. Our signal analysis team have been monitoring a broad spectrum to detect if there's any communication. Our Raxler team have been locked in a room staring at them to see if they can establish a telepathic link. They think they're on the verge of making a breakthrough.
They would.
One of our teams has blended the sample...
Is that so they can separate out the components in a centrifuge and analyse the results?
No, it's our food science team. They just wanted to see if they could make a smoothie. But that's a really good idea. We might use that. We've put it in a shape sorter, exposed it to Guardian technology, used ultrasound, positron emission tomography, irradiation, electron microscopes, and many other techniques to uncover the secrets of the Thargoid sensors, and what we have learned will astound you.
What have you learned?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing?
Well, we did learn one thing.
What is it?
Thargoid sensor smoothies taste absolutely disgusting.
And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News, we read the news so you don't have to.
Do you have an outro song?
Da-da-da, goodbye.
Wow, that's incredible. That's my favourite.